Hello, fellow adventurers! Pixel PVM here, and today we are going to be completing a love story quest. This quest is a continuation after Swan Song in the Wise Old Man of Draenor Village series, number 2. It is a members-only quest. It is rated Master, and it is number 166 in the quest order. The items you will be needing today are 2 oak planks, 1 steel bar, and 1 mithril bars. It is also good to bring along some sort of anti-fire protection, so an anti-dragon shield might be helpful, or an anti-fire or anti-dragon shield, or anti-fire, whatever. The other one, you know what I'm talking about, and a super anti-fire. Anyway, if you don't have the requirements to make the super anti-fires, a anti-dragon fire shield or a DFS dragon fire shield will do. Make sure to get the correct one for whatever you're going to be bringing, mage or range. I'll explain that later. Secondly, good idea to bring some prayer potions. Prayer renewal flasks are a constant effect that will continue to raise your prayer points for a 5-minute window. Prayer potions, if you have a holy wrench, you can bring that. It'll help you drink less doses. Some high level food to medium level food, rock tails, monkfish, swordfish, sharks are all good. Secondly, you're going to need to bring 2 kind of attack styles. Firstly, you can either bring mage, which is not recommended, but I might try it just in order to do a guide on how to complete this quest with mage. Secondly, you will need range, which is probably the best option for most people. First of all, you know, they're a little better with it, but this is just Carol, so some high level armor. Secondly, you will need your melee. It's actually recommended to bring a halberd as your melee, because there's a one point where she'll be attacking you and she'll be summoning flames underneath you. And if you're standing away from her, she won't be able to do that, hence the halberd. But I might just go ahead and bring chaotics and see exactly how much of a problem that would be if you didn't have a halberd or couldn't use one. Okie dokie, let us get started. The requirements for this quest are as follows: 77 magic, temporary boost possible; 68 construction, temporary boost possible; 68 smithing, temporary boost possible; and 67 crafting, temporary boost possible. I am saying you can temporarily boost this because you may be able to drink a potion or eat some sort of crazy food or brew that will be able to boost your level to be able to do this quest. Look that up if you need to be able to do that, if you do not have the levels requirements. And keep in mind that you will need to use those boosts twice during the quest, so bring enough boost to boost up twice. First to start the quest and second to complete. Alright, to get started, you're going to use the lodestone teleport to Draenor Village. After that, continue east until you get to the barn, which is northeast of Draenor Village. Talk to Mabel, go through the options, and you will have the option to start the quest if you have all of the quest requirements. If you do not, use the levels to boost it. Once you have done that, you will need to go upstairs. She will ask you to ring. If you want to slow down a little bit and figure out exactly how I did the hay bale thing, your character will tell you that you can push 2 hay bales at once, but 3 is too much. So it's kind of like a puzzle. You have to push 1 in order to get to the ring, and then 2. Once you do that, a loud bang will happen, and you will get to this old lady. I forget her name. Yeah. Anyway, she will come and put Mabel in a sack and then challenge you and the old man to complete her own challenge, which is find out where she is and defeat her. Once you do this, you need to go and talk to the old man at his house, which is in Draenor Village. An ensuing cutscene will ensue, and it will show you exactly how the old woman and the old man fell out of love for each other after being in love with each other. It's really nice and happy and actually pretty comical for RuneScape, because I've seen this happen with other players. Anyway, as you can see, la 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 la. I think you'll enjoy it. Maybe you won't enjoy it. Watch the cutscene. After you do that, the old man will ask to follow you to Remington. Well, after he goes outside of his house, some annoying things happen which you have to wait, but that's, ugh, goodness gracious. Drink my coffee. We got this. Okay. Once you're at Remington, he will attempt to enter the house and will be unable to. He'll then tell you that, oh wait, la 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 is not connected to the network. You need to go and connect it or tap into the chisels. Chisel your stone. Wait, what? You have to chisel your stone, which is really funny because you all have chisels on your tool belts now, so you'll get a pretty comical deal about, but I already have a chisel. In any case, the point of this little puzzle is to make all of the little nodes connect from the beginning power to connect them. I kind of messed up a little here because I didn't entirely understand what was going on. What I didn't understand was that the node on the top of the tablet actually starts where you connected it to the bottom of the tablet. So you see that little dot at the top of the tablet? Yeah, it wasn't working because I hadn't connected it to that node. The first screen is actually correct. I don't know why. I don't remember if I changed it or not. But if you want to pause, the end result right before it closes is the correct way to do it. I just kind of took a little liberty and was like, hey, what if I put this here? What if I put this here? Yeah, don't do it. The end result right here is the correct one. It'll automatically shut, and you can give it to him afterwards and then break it and teleport to the house. Okay, once you're at the house, you won't be able to reach Mabel, so you need to go attempt to enter the dungeon. You will be unable to right there. So you must talk to the old man again and tell him about the traps. He's like, oh dear, there's traps in this dungeon. We need to somehow, counter this. So this is where your construction and your crafting and your bars and oaks come in handy. You don't need to use the workbench. You only need to use the clockwork bench, and he'll give you instruction with some comical la 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 stuff. Okay. You will then be able to enter the dungeon with your little dummy that you created. This is the part I was talking about, epilepsy, so if you have a problem with this, please don't watch. It's really simple. I was a little more cautious than I needed to be here. All you really need to do is make sure that you go through the center of each room, and you'll pretty much find all the traps if you just follow the normal path that you'd be walking. And then you're pretty much done. Once you're done with that, he'll ask you if you're sure that you've gotten all the traps. You'll say yes if you are sure. If you've done that path just like I did, you won't have any problems. So that's good. Once you enter the dungeon, it's kind of funny. I brought some blood spells with me, which are blood fire spells, and apparently all the creatures are weak to fire. So if you do bring magic, hopefully you brought some fire if you're doing this, or bring some fire with you if you're watching this beforehand. If you're going to use magic. Range, I'm sure, will work just as well. This is where you're supposed to drink your anti-fire or have your anti-dragon shield for, is for the Iron Dragon. He really doesn't do that much to you. The dungeon was really simple. Anyway, you got to talk to the old man. He's being a sap and is like, oh, I miss the old lady. I miss this dungeon. La 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 la. She's trying to kill us, but true to human nature, I want to get back together with her. So, it's cool, I guess. Anyway, once you finally convince him that you need to go upstairs, the fight will ensue. At the beginning here, she doesn't I don't know if she's supposed to. Supposedly, she's supposed to show what she's praying from. I probably should have looked at the boost on her. I didn't. But it's really annoying because if you are using a just regular melee weapon, you can finish it, but she kicks you a lot and it's really annoying. So if you make sure that you time your abilities well, every once in a while you can get in a pretty decent hit. Like some of the good ones were some bleed abilities and some of the power abilities. You can get in some decent hits once she's on those pedestals. It's really not too difficult. If you want to use a halberd for the melee part, it's not a bad idea. That's why it's recommended. But honestly, the flames aren't that bad. I was expecting them to be a lot worse because I guess they were explaining this to lower level people, and for people that have a lot less health than over 9,000, then I could see it being a little bit more of an issue. But pretty much anyone who's maxed is gonna breeze right through it. You could honestly just tank the fire spells if you wanted to, and I did for a little bit. In any case, I also noticed that your magic doesn't work unless you're in a pretty decent vicinity of her. So it'll give you a notification in the chat bar that you're too far away to cast this spell. So make sure that you're actually pretty close to her, just a couple squares away, while doing magic. Here's a little happy old cutscene and restricted viewers only. Anyway, after all that, you get back and they'll tell you, oh wait, we're not done, we're gonna go rob the Wizard's Tower. So pretty much this is the end of the quest. You've done all the hard work already. So once, if you didn't catch that, I ran upstairs to the telescope. You watched the telescope and then you get to see this nice little cutscene. Oh no, they're coming to attack us. And then you get to watch the whole cutscene. It's a little odd, but hey, all the imps die, la la la. So this is almost the end of the video. I hope that pretty much everything is explained here. If not, I will leave a description to the wiki for the quest, or a link to the description. If you did enjoy this, please give a rate, give a comment if you think this commentary was helpful, and if this needed to be slowed down at all, and anything that could be used to make this better. Also, they give you Mel's ring after it all, and you can actually go to her, give her her ring, and she'll give you, well, I use it in prayer. I think it's a 10k lamp, but I used it for prayer. So in any case, that is the end of this quest, so thank you very much for watching.